day 2 of 180 days of transformation on my 50-something vlog. 50-something. What is that about? 50-something. I'm 50-something years old. I'm 56 years old. I was born in 1964, the year the Civil Rights Act was signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson, as the Right Reverend Dr. King looked on. And I am a Sagittarius. I was born 28th of November. And so, for whatever that means to some of you about me. Anyway, being 50-something, there are certain nuances that those of us who have crossed that blessed barrier into our 50s, there's something different about this passage in life that is really interesting. We have reached a point where we realize that we've probably lived over half of our lives already. So we're in what may be the second half of our life, statistically speaking. So the thing is, there's a couple ways to look at that. One way is to think, of course, the glass is half empty, and the other, conversely, to look at it as the glass being half full. And what that means is that, yeah, we've lived half of our lives, but we have half of it to go. And it begs the question, what are we going to do with the next half? We look at introspectively and retrospectively at what we've become and where we've come from where we've come. And we consider what the next 50 years, hopefully, looks like, maybe 20, 30, who knows. But we know it won't be much past 50 as it is. I mean, maybe, you never know. But what does that look like? What does it hold for us? What do we want to do with it? What do we want to be? And what state of being do we want to be when we're 80 years old? But it's clear that the nutritional blocks that we're laying today are going to drastically affect what our health looks like in our 80s, probably in our 60s, or whether we'll be here at all in our 80s. Many of us face the generational challenges with our health, hereditary propensities and traits that cause us to have to be mindful of things that maybe other people don't have to really worry about. So there's a lot to consider. Financially, where do we want to be financially? Relationships, some of us are still single, not married. Some of us are married and not happily married. Some of us are happily married. But, where do we want to be in the next 10 years? And being 50-something, the next 10 years is a lot more serious than when you're 20-something. There's an announcement coming, so I'm going to pause.